From Blair's babes to David's dames, David Cameron has been showing off his new female councillors in a photo call reminiscent of Tony Blair after the 1997 election. And now Mr Cameron is trying to increase the woeful number of Tory female MPs without all-women shortlists. The Conservatives have drawn up a priority list of those considered to be the best and brightest candidates. More than half of them are women, and 10% are from ethnic minorities. Local associations, which have always jealously guarded their right to choose their own candidates, will be expected to select people from the list. And as our political correspondent Cathy Newman now reports, it's already provoking the wrath of the grassroots.
It's almost a decade since Blair's babes. Labour changed the law to allow all women shortlists, nearly tripling the number of female MPs in the party. Now, David Cameron wants to feminise the Conservatives. The Tory leader was today showing off councillors who won seats at last week's local elections. But in Parliament, there are only 17 Tory women MPs, just 4 more than in 1932. Mr Cameron's determined to change that. He wants Tory associations to choose women from an A-list of candidates in seats where the party's got a real chance of winning at the next general election.
Is still for individual constituencies to choose their individual candidates, but there's now a priority list of candidates, including some of our best and brightest candidates, and a better balance of men and women. More than 50% on the priority list are women, over 10% from black and minority ethnic communities, and I think that will help to make the Conservative Party more representative of the country that it wants to govern.
Sayeeda Vazi ticks both the ethnic minority and gender box, but she hopes she'll be picked on merit alone.
I hope that a constituency will select on merit, and if I'm the right candidate for that constituency and I possess the right qualities for that constituency, I hope they will select me. But I hope it's got nothing to do with me being a woman, and I hope it's got nothing to do with me being an ethnic.
Women make up nearly 30% of Labour MPs, but less than 10% of Tories. So David Cameron's got a lot of catching up to do. But he faces a fight with his own party. Some constituency associations believe he's trying to curb their freedom to choose the candidates they want. And Tory MPs who have had private doubts about his modernising strategy feel strongly enough about this to speak out.
You could have, in what I would call List B, or the second list, somebody who's been a Member of Parliament, lost their seat through the political swing, man or woman, but who's not been put on List A. And I think that that will put them at a severe disadvantage, and people will be most unhappy about it, not least associations. And they really are critical. They know who is going to be the best person to win that constituency for the Conservative and Unionist Party.
Experienced men have been ousted from the A-list to make way not just for women, but celebrities like the 28-year-old former Coronation Street star Adam Rickett. Activists are furious he made it onto the list. Also on it is Zac Goldsmith, David Cameron's friend, the environmentalist, and scion of the Goldsmith dynasty. They pushed out Iain Dale, a well-known party worker. Contributors to his website sympathised today. One moaned that you have to be a chisel-cheekboned 30-something to get on the list. Another referred sarcastically to Mr Cameron's fondness for wind turbines. Hopefully local constituencies will tell Windmill Boy where to stick his list. He has alienated his core vote, and we will all either abstain or vote UKIP/BNP, leaving Labour to win yet again.
People are reacting very negatively to Adam Rickett's inclusion on the A-list. They're seeing someone with no real track record of working for the party, displacing people who've achieved very big swings for the Conservative Party in target seats at the last general election. So people who are proven vote winners aren't getting on the priority list, and people with no track record are, and that is causing real anger.
But Channel 4 News has also learnt of one A-lister who might appease Tory traditionalists. Last year, the former MP Howard Flight was forcibly deselected by Mr Cameron's predecessor for saying the Tories would slash taxes. MPs believe the Tory leader has bowed to pressure from the grassroots to put him back in Parliament. David Cameron might prove less malleable over women candidates. A battle with traditionalists may serve his purpose as he seeks to persuade voters of his determination to change the party's image. Cathy Newman, Channel 4 News in Westminster.